to lunch. Chapter 5. As Katie walked down the hall, she felt a little sick. She had never been called down to the principal's office before, ever. Katie had never done anything bad in school in her whole life until now. Katie knew Mr. King was going to give her a terrible punishment. She guessed it wasn't going to be easy, like having to stay after school or writing a long apology note. It was going to be some sort of grown-up punishment. After all, Mr. King thought he was punishing Lucille, the lunch lady, not Katie Carrier from class 3A. Suddenly, Katie felt a gentle wind nip at the back of her neck. She looked behind to see if someone had to open a door or a window. No one was there. Katie was surprised when the cold wind began to get stronger. She wasn't shocked when it started blowing wildly around her like a tornado either. She knew what was about to happen. Katie was going to change into someone else. Please, let me turn back into me, she cried to the wind. I don't want to be Katie Carrier. Nobody else! The wind kept blowing harder and harder. Katie closed her eyes and held on tight to one of the lockers. After a few minutes, the tornado stopped. The wind just disappeared, leaving no mark or traces in the hall. Not even one piece of paper was out of place. Slowly, Katie opened her eyes and looked out. Lucille's gravy-stained white dress was gone. Black jeans and a white sweater had taken his place. Those were the clothes Katie had worn to school that morning. Katie checked her reflection in a nearby classroom window. An 8-year-old girl with red hair, green eyes, and a line of freckles on her nose looked back at her from the glass. Katie Carrier was back. As Katie smiled at her reflection, she heard Mr. King's voice coming from his office. Lucille, I don't know what got into you. I don't know what got into me either, Mr. King. Come to think of it, I don't even know how I wound up here in your office. Katie was surprised to hear the lunch lady's voice. How had she gotten to Mr. King so quickly? Did she know what happened in the cafeteria? Did she remember that Katie had me inside her body? 1 minute, I'm in the cafeteria, handing out food. The next minute, I'm standing here, Lucia continued. I can't really remember anything in between. Handing out food? Mr. King demanded. Is that you calling selling Jello across the cafeteria? No, sir, Lucia answered. Are you saying you didn't throw food in the cafeteria? Mr. King answered. No, I didn't think I did throw food. You think you threw food? Mr. King repeated. Lucia shot. I'm pretty sure I did, I think. I don't know. You saw me throw it, right? Mr. King nodded. So I must have. Lucia continued. It's all very strange. I just wasn't myself today. I can't understand what will make you waste perfectly good food, Mr. King continued. Well, I couldn't call it perfectly good food, Lucia argued. It's terrible food. I need to give those children fresh fruit and vegetable, and there need to be more choices on the menu. I can't understand why the kids treated the food like garbage. It is garbage. Now, if I were in charge, that made Mr. King more angry than ever. Well, you're not in charge, he told Lucille in a furious voice. In fact, as of right now, you don't even work here anymore. Wow, Lucia had been fired. Now Katie felt really guilty. The food fight wasn't Lucia's fault. Katie wished she could run into Mr. Kane's office and tell him it wasn't her fault. Well, she knew the principal wouldn't believe her. A girl who turned into a lunch lady with a magical wind blew on her. Katie shook her head. Nobody would ever believe a story like that. Quickly, Katie hurried back to the cafeteria. The least she could do was help the other kids clean up.